Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into episode 5 of Us, the series. The episode kicked off with Pam stood in the rain, watching as Dokrak walked away. She could feel her heart twisting, caught between the fear of speaking her feelings and the unbearable weight of keeping them inside. She had wanted to call out, to tell Dokrak, "Don't go." But instead, she had simply handed her an umbrella, her voice betraying nothing but a quiet, "Get home safe." Meanwhile, Covey, ever perceptive, sensed that Pam remained as distant as always. With a heavy heart, he finally voiced the truth he'd long known. "I've always known, Pam. You never felt the same way I did." His voice cracked as he forced himself to say the words that broke him. "Let's end this." Pam was stunned. But to her surprise, deep down, a weight lifted off her chest. She couldn't bring herself to love Covey the way he wanted, and now, she didn't have to pretend anymore. Later, when Pam met Dokrak again, she knew she couldn't hold back any longer. Dokrak had once told her, "You can tell me anything." Now was the time. Heart pounding, Pam confessed, "I love you, Rak." Then, almost timidly, she asked, "Do you love me too?" Dokrak, overwhelmed, burst into tears. "I love you so much, Pam, it's almost unbearable." Pam, seeing the tears streaming down Dokrak's face, instinctively reached out and wiped them away. Her touch was gentle, filled with adoration. She had worried, wondered, and hesitated, but now, knowing that Dokrak had always felt the same, there was nothing to fear anymore. As for Covey, the heartbroken older brother, he found himself confiding in Oat, the one person who always listened. Oat, trying to lighten the mood, teased, "So that means, you've broken up with 2 girls in a row? First me, and now Pam, right?" Covey chuckled bitterly. At the same time, Nene entered, and Oat, as the owner, greets her, "I'm Oat. What's your name?" She replies, "Nene." The two officially introduce themselves. While drinking wine, Nene takes the chance to get to know Covey, since she's aware of his breakup with Pam. But her real intention is revenge. She wants to get close to Covey to get back at his father for past wrongs against her family. She also suspects that Pam failed the task she hired her for, as she can clearly see Pam's true feelings for Dokrak. Oat notices that Nene is trying to charm Covey. Elsewhere, Pam and Dokrak's relationship continues to grow. Dokrak, the clingy and affectionate one, is falling deeper in love with Pam. One day, overcome with emotion, she steals a quick kiss on Pam's cheek. Pam is visibly flustered but secretly happy. The two continue to flirt like a couple in the early stages of romance. Covey, who has long suspected that Pam might have feelings for someone else, finally realized that someone is none other than his own sister. He witnesses firsthand how happy Pam is when she's with Dokrak. Though it pains him, he forces himself to act indifferent. Now that Covey knows the truth, that Pam and Dokrak are in a romantic relationship, he finds himself confused about how to act around them. So, he cautiously asks Oat and Nene, "What would you do if someone you love also loves someone from your own family?" Both Oat and Nene share the same view. They think Covey should let Pam and Dokrak be together. They even suggest that he introduce Pam to their family, hoping it might also help mend the broken relationship between Dokrak and their father. Meanwhile, Dokrak takes up a singing gig at Oat's cafe, where their friends Ek, Natcha, and Pam are also there to listen. The most special person in the audience, of course, is Pam, who has come to support Dokrak. Then, they drank together. It feels like a casual date, filled with laughter, drinks, and playful teasing until Peck, Feem, and Natcha got drunk and fell asleep. After that, Oat, still curious, throws a cheeky question at Pam and Dokrak. "For a first date, would you rather hold hands or kiss?" Pam confidently replies, "Kiss." She immediately recalls the first time she kissed Dokrak that night and glances at her, making Dokrak blush. It reminds her of when she was drunk and shared that kiss with Pam. While everyone playfully watches them, Pam secretly nudges Dokrak's foot under the table. Oat catches this and teases, "Your face is all red. Are you shy because of Pam?" This only makes Dokrak even more embarrassed, avoiding eye contact with Pam in front of everyone. The next day, Eek, realizing his cafe isn't attracting as many customers as before, decides to take his staff out for an activity to refresh their minds and gather new inspiration. At that moment, Pam came to pick up Rak so they could go home together. Seizing the opportunity, Eek invites Pam along, hoping to give Dokrak a chance to be close to her. Pam agrees without hesitation. The next day, they all gathered at a cafe to excitedly prepare for their upcoming trip. Everyone knew that Peck couldn't drive due to past trauma, so they asked Pam to take the wheel, partly because they wanted Dokrak to sit next to her. Then Pam agreed. This allows Dokrak to sit in the front seat next to her. However, while driving, the car suddenly makes a strange noise. It turns out the radiator is leaking. Eek and Pim check under the hood and start blaming each other for not checking the car properly before leaving. Now stuck, they have no choice but to find a place to stay for the night. As they wait, the breathtaking natural scenery catches Dokrak's attention, and she can't resist wandering off to take in the view, a bright smile on her face. Pam follows closely behind, watching her with quiet admiration. Seeing Dokrak so happy fills Pam with warmth, but at the same time, guilt creeps into her heart. She can't shake the feeling that she's disrupting Dokrak's family, that she might be taking something away from her. But as she watches Dokrak's carefree smile, all her doubts momentarily fade. In a soft voice, Pam asked, "What if we just ran away and lived here together?" Dokrak froze for a moment, caught off guard by the question. Her heart pounded as she turned to look at Pam, searching her eyes for meaning. The weight of the words lingered in the air, filling the space between them with an unspoken longing. That evening, Dokrak surprises Pam with a gift, a cup with a drawing of the two of them standing under the same umbrella. Pam is deeply touched, realizing the hidden meaning. The cup represents them as a couple, meant to be used together. Whenever they're apart, seeing the cup will remind them of each other. Though shy, Dokrak is happy to be so close to Pam. That night, they end up sharing a tent. The next morning, they take a walk together, enjoying the quiet beauty of the early hours. Their conversation turns to their relationship, and suddenly, Dokrak hesitantly asks, "Don't you think what we're doing is wrong?" Pam meets Dokrak's eyes and firmly replies, "I don't see it that way. Love is something beautiful. I love you, Rak. You don't have to feel guilty. We aren't wrong to love each other." Hearing Pam's words eases Dokrak's worries. As night falls, they gather around the campfire near their tent. Pam watches Dokrak with a gentle smile, her eyes filled with quiet happiness. Dokrak, feeling shy under Pam's gaze, lowers her eyes, but then, as if drawn by an invisible force, she looks up and smiles back, just as warmly. Then, when it's just the two of them, the atmosphere shifts, growing heavier, more intimate. Pam allows her emotions to surface, no longer holding back. She inches closer, her gaze steady and filled with longing. Their faces are only inches apart, and Dokrak's heartbeat quickens. Her breath catches as her eyes flicker to Pam's lips, desire burning within her. She wants to kiss her, to claim her, to lose herself in this moment. The tension between them crackles like the fire beside them, undeniable and all-consuming. Slowly, they lean in, their breaths mingling. The night around them fades into silence, as if the world itself is waiting, holding its breath until finally, they close the distance. What will happen next? See you in the next video. Thanks you for watching.